Hey, it's Melissa with Savvy Media Group. Have you ever wondered why you need a digital media kit opposed to the normal media kit, which is most likely a PowerPoint presentation that you've put together in a PDF, and it's an attachment that you will send to people that is inquiring about your business, your brand. Or if you're a speaker, you have a speaker sheet and maybe even a media kit or EPK that you've put together. You should really consider a digital media kit. And I'm going to tell you why. In today's world, we just don't have the patience that we normally have. So we want it now. We ask you for something, we want you to send it to us now. And not only that, people are naturally nosy. So because they want to know and the information is there, you have information that you can share that is readily available for anyone to access at any time. So I'm going to share my media kit with you so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's my digital media kit. And when you have a digital media kit, I'm just going to tell you before we really, dive deep in, there is a lot of information in here. And the reason that everything is in here is beneficial for a few reasons. One, if you're asked about something or you're trying to update your information and you're trying to think of, where did I speak? When did I speak? Where's that flyer? How did I do this? Do I have a video on, this speaking engagement? In this digital media kit, I literally put everything. And yes, I mean everything. Anytime something new happens, I can easily come in here and update this media kit. So let's jump right into it. And I'm going to share with you my digital media kit. Pay no attention to all the tabs open up there. I'm just bad like that. So this is the header, and you can easily create this header in Canva. You got to know your sizing, and based on what you put in your banner will determine how you would not need to resize it. So you may need to put it in here a couple of times to adjust it to how you want it to look. And you can make this look any way you want. But again, don't get too cute with it. Make sure that it makes sense and it goes with what you want to show. So as we scroll down, you have a brief bio. Keep in mind, brief bio of, you and your brand. You don't want to put your full-blown bio here, just something brief. Like here, I have a couple of paragraphs, and then I have as seen in, and I have all of the icons here. Now, you may ask, why don't I have everything here? Again, we are limited in space when we're designing this banner, and I didn't want to put them here. They was too tiny to see, but I put up, some of the major icons in the header here. So as you scroll down, you can see all the other icons, here. And if you want to go to the full bio, there's a button here that you can click that'll take you to a PDF that will give you the full bio. Now, as we scroll down, all of my certifications. Yes, I've taken, all of these. So I have the Kobe, Six Sigma. I've done all the assessments and everything. So those are in here as well. So all of my certifications that I have here, and then I go down to my assessments and I put all of the assessments here. And the reason I actually put the chart here for the Kobe is it's a visual. Remember, it's a visual. So if someone is looking for someone that is strategic, a critical thinker, and off the bat, and they're familiar with Kobe, or even if they're not, they can see here on this scale that, here at 8, Fact Finder is really strong. So if they're looking for someone that's, they need to help with, research and figuring out things, that highlights right here in red, alerts in red, that, I'm very strong in fact finding. But I have all the other assessments here that they can have access to, and they can click these buttons. Now, again, we know this is a lot of information. If they don't want to see it, they don't have to. But you never know what someone is working on, or who they've talked to that may have a need for something or want to do something. And they be like, oh, wait, she's strong in fact finding. This person, I just talked to them and they need somebody to do XYZ. Let me refer them. So that's an opportunity that you can miss out on. So you want to be sure that when you're doing this, that you have all of these things in here. Now, if you don't have assessments, it's great to have them, but if you don't, you put in here whatever you have. Now we go down to volunteer membership. So everywhere I volunteer memberships, I put all of these in here. Yes, again, it's a lot of information. You never know who's going to look at this list and see something that they're familiar with. And because I volunteered or was a member of something, that could be an opportunity for me to do something different. Again, I could be referred out to somebody, or she's already been here. So let's see if we can bring her back to do XYZ. So that's why you want to make sure you put all of that information in here. Events, programs that I've directed. And here's the actual images of the certificates. And the reason I put the images here, and I also mention them up here, is again, it is the visual of letting people know. Because even though we can always write whatever we want to write, but I'm also giving you the proof of it too. Here are the copies of these certificates as well for you to, look at those. Here it's just, you could put a stock photo here or a real image. You could do a variety of different things, when you're setting this up. And by the way, this is Adobe Spark that I'm using. Now, I've referred this to, quite a few people, but if you really don't understand how to use Adobe Spark and to create your graphics outside of Spark and bring them in, your digital media kit can be really, it just won't look good. Okay, so you want to make sure that you really know what you're doing and understand how to lay things out. So another image here, this is when you go do your professional photo shoots. When you do your professional photo shoots, have fun with it. Do, different, hand gestures, facial, reactions, all of these different things, because you never know, you could always use those pictures and kind of, add them, to, your media kit or other things that you may be doing. And the reason I selected this photo, here we're talking about all the brands. I'm like, here we go, right? So here's all of these brands here that I have. So I'm also showing that we are a 2-time award winner with BBB, the Better Business Bureau. So I put those again, visual, so people can share those. So I have those here, so they can actually see those, and also the gold stars that I've received from them as well. Those are here. So it talks about the magazine and the podcast. There's buttons if you want to go deeper. So even though this is my bio, I have a separate digital media kit for each one of these brands. And I also have the button here. So if they decide, okay, well, let me go look at a little bit more information. I want to see what, she's doing over here. They could press this button and it'll take them to another digital media kit where they can go deeper and look at, if it's the magazine, they can look at previous issues. They can look at different things we've done. If it's the podcast, they can look at all of the different things we've done there. Listen to a few podcasts, go to the YouTube channel or the iHeart or whatever other platform they may want to go on. This is an image. I was rated as one of the top business podcasts. So this was one of the promo images that I created, and I put it out on Instagram and the other platforms. And I also have a link to the article as well. So if someone wants to see that, they can go to that article and they can view that article as well. but I already had the promo made, so why not, add it on here? Even though I have the words, again, it's visual. So they may be scrolling, so, okay, yeah, we see all the pictures, we see that writing, that writing. They might not even look, but when they see the picture, okay, the picture is the visual thing that they may stop and say, hey, oh, okay, she was a top business podcast. Let me go ahead and click on this and see, what it is. And then this is the other brand. This is more so consulting processes, operational transformation, things like that. So again, we were recognized as top 10 emerging change management company and top 10 organization development service provider. So again, we want to let you know we were recognized as, that in these issues. So you're letting people know, people are seeing you, you're being recognized for these different things. So here are some, videos that I made, talking about some of these different things. So again, you could put videos in here. So that is another good way to promote yourself, because when you're putting the videos in here, you can also, this also takes a person to your YouTube channel to watch the video. Not only now it adds another view to the video, but an opportunity for them to not go to that channel, but now say, okay, well, now let me just click on the channel and see what she's doing. They may or may not subscribe to your channel. So you want to be aware of that. Let's see, as we scroll down, we have all of these. This is an image showing that I am a board member of the BBB, where it has my name in this list. I know it's tiny, but it's an option for, someone to view this to see that I am a board member. All of the speaking opportunities that I have, whether it was virtual or in person. So your flyers, you have flyers that's put out on social media about, topics or whatever group, wherever you're doing, take that exact same flyer and put it in your media kit. So now when someone scroll down and say speaking opportunities, oh, she's also a speaker. Let's see what she's done. So they can see these flyers of different talks that I've done for different reasons. And not only that, they'll see that I was invited back multiple times. You remember this one, elevate your value here? Here we go again, elevate your value again. So each year I was invited back to be a part of this conference. So now that speaks volume, like, okay, well, your presentation was pretty good that they invited you back. So that stands out that, okay, you are an expert in your field, that you are someone that, that people refer back to. This flyer here, you're going to see this multiple times. This is international. This was a global hybrid conference. And it's people from all over the world. So this is one in 22. This one in 21. And this the one in 2020. This was the first one of that conference. So I was invited back 3 times to be a part of this conference. So if you like here in 21, you can see all these different color flags. So that tells you all these different countries that was on this call or in person, because it was hybrid. So you see all these different flags. And every year it's the same thing. So sorry to be going back and forth. Sorry. Okay, so now we're going to scroll back up a little bit. This is still talking about, the flyers, presentations that I've done. These, even though these are videos, these are the actual presentations that I recorded for these. The reason you don't have the presentation from the other ones, because it was not my platform and it was recorded with all of the other speakers as well. These are one of the talks that I did. So I recorded these, and now you could go to YouTube to view them, or you could just click here and it'll go take you to the video. I went to Lee College twice to do a presentation with their orientation group. Now with their orientation group, I did the same talk. They loved the first time I came with the talk that I did. They asked me to come back and do the exact same talks again. So we did, and one was getting sticky with it, and the other was social skills. Get sticky with it is pretty much about using Post-it notes and dumping, and how to really use those notes to help you prepare for a test. Since this was college, it was helping them to prepare for a test when they had to study, when they had difficult subjects that they had to study for, of how to help them use sticky notes and make their notes to help them map out what they need to figure out the ending result that they needed to, or the answers that they needed. Okay, we're gonna keep scrolling. These are past all the flyers that I was a part of. That's just a certificate from this conference. This is still the same lady that did this conference here. She had another, yeah, that's that one. That's the very first one that she did. And she handed out certificates to everybody. So I just, added that certificate to there. This was another one that I was invited to, like, last minute. It was one of those last minute things, sending me a text, hey, I'm sending you a link, I need you to jump on this conference call, I'm at this workshop. Okay, so it's one of those things. So that's why this screenshot is here. Here's another one. You can see our logo here that we were a part of. And we're just going to keep going down. So that shows you all the flyers of all the speaking engagements that I was a part of. So if someone's looking at my media kit and want to see everything that I've done and see, okay, who is Melissa? What has she done? Where is she? Where is she, putting her footprint? That's why I have every single thing in this digital media kit. So same thing with you. You want to have everything in this digital media kit to make sure you have the things that you need to let people know, what are you doing? What is your digital footprint? Where are you? Where have you, been standing and sitting? So this shows all of that. Let's keep going. That's like a quote, something I put there. Again, be careful with your stock photos, or if you're creating outside of Spark and bringing it in, make sure that you know how to adjust your pictures, the sizing, what to put in, all of those different things. Okay. I'm sharing some acknowledgements. So again, you're letting people know everything about you. They may not even want this, but again, if they want to, they can see this and then they could be like, that's nice that she have this. Oh, I didn't know she have her own day. And actually I have two. So I have my own day, Melissa Day, and then this is Boss Day. Boss is Building Opportunities, Savvy Solutions. So with these two proclamations that was given to me by the mayor of Houston, this is some recognition that they can see of where that footprint is. Some of the events, I don't have pictures of all of the events that I was the program manager for, but I do have some of them. And that's some of these that you're going to see in here. Media, this is interviews that I've done. So these are links to some interviews that I've done with different people. So you could click the links, you can go and listen to those interviews. This is when I was on Sirius XM radio. So you have those and all the interviews that I've done that you could click. This was a magazine article, actually two right here, magazine articles that I've done. The image is there, but you can also click the button and go to those. This is another one that I've did. Now, I'm going to tell you this. It does not matter how old your interviews are, your speaking engagements, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to share it because that's part of your brand. That's something that you've done. That's an accomplishment. You want to be sure you put all that information out there. So don't think, oh, well, that was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Oh, I don't want to put on my media kit. You better. This is also part of leveraging your media presence because it's showing your stage, it's showing how you've been building and doing all these different things. So it does not matter how old the interview is, the presentation is, put it in your media kit. These are, now we're getting into my books. So this is the very first book that I wrote. And as you can see, it is actually I got two badges, #1 bestseller and #1 international bestseller. So this is my very first book that I wrote. This is a promo video that I had done. And then these are screenshots to show how it ranked, #1 in this Secretary of AIDS. So it ranked there. This is the second book, Coffee, Sugar, Cream. Another promo video that was done. And again, taking those screenshots of Amazon to show how they ranked in all of that. So again, take your screenshots. Make sure you're saving those flyers, videos, interviews, whatever it is that you are doing, make sure you are documenting those. I mean, you want to package these things. You want to, it's almost like you're at the grocery store. When you first start building your digital media kit, you're going to, it's like you're trying to go everywhere and look for stuff. You're Googling, you're, calling people, emailing people. Hey, you're searching in your email. You're looking for all this information. It's almost, like I said, it's like you're in a grocery store. You're just going down the aisle, you're shopping, grabbing all these things, putting it in your bag because you need to have it to be a part of your digital media kit. These are some more screenshots of reviews, remarks, all those different things that's been said. These are 2 workbooks that I did. Recognize business burnout and setting your goals and creating a plan to achieve them. These are 2 workbooks that I put out. So altogether I have 4 books out on Amazon, 2 books and 2 workbooks. Take your pictures, your screenshots, make sure you're putting everything up on here. This is some more information about, me, the books, different things like that. I'm all about networking and connecting. So that's why that image is there. Now we're getting into the podcast. These are some of the podcasts that I've done with my guests. So I'm sharing these on here as well. So again, if you want to go look at a podcast, you could go look at a podcast, and then you could look at all the other ones. Subscribe to my channel while you're over there on YouTube. Make sure you click the subscribe button, and you'll be able to see all these different videos and things that I've done. So that is pretty much the end of the digital media kit. It's super, super easy to update. So whenever you have updates, you don't have to, like in a presentation, like shuffling things and realigning, moving it down, adding in slides, all that extra work. You don't have to do that anymore. In Adobe Spark, it's just a matter of finding where you need to insert it and simply insert it in that space. That's all you need to do to update. And once you update this, it's a link. That is the beautiful thing about this, is that it's not an attachment. If someone asks you for some information, you don't have to send them a lot of attachments, or either drop it all in Google Drive and send them a link to a shared drive so they can have all these things that they need to open. Put it here. This digital media kit is what you need to do and where you need to start dropping all your information. So this is why you really need a digital media kit. This is why it's important for you to track any and everything that you are doing. I cannot stress this enough that this is something that you need to do. Go on a shopping spree. Find all of your information, your flyers, your videos, interviews, all these different things, and build you a digital media kit. People do not want to open up attachments, and they don't want to have to keep going back, click open, click open, click open, click open. They don't want to do that. So in this digital media kit, as we were scrolling, you saw all of these buttons in there. If this is something that they wanted to look at, all I had to do was click the button and it'll take them straight to where they need to go without having to copy paste link and try to find this link and reading through a big old long email, looking for hyperlinks, all these different things. So in this digital media kit, this is what you want to do. Again, it's Adobe Spark is what we use. You have the option with stock photos in here. There's a lot of things that you could use in here. Probably most of you already use the Adobe suite. But if you don't have to use the entire suite to get this. But building this media kit, I'm going to tell you, it's going to take some time. So invest the time needed to build this out. Once you build this out, I promise you, you will not only be thankful that you did it, but it can benefit you. Like I told you earlier, I know it's a lot of information, but I can tell you from experience, I would have missed out on 2 opportunities if I did not have this, because I was asked simply for my bio, but I sent them this. And because I did that, I was able to get another opportunity with this particular person. And for a different opportunity for someone else, they actually referred me out to somebody because I had this digital media kit. If I only sent them just strictly my bio, it would have gave them exactly what they asked for, but I wouldn't have been able to take advantage of these 2 additional opportunities. And not only that, get connected to, some other people, but this is one of the reasons that you really need to get your digital media kit together. Take the time, invest the time to do it. It's going to take you some time to lay all of this information out. And once you get it to a point, print it out. It's going to be quite a few pages, but print it out. That way you can visually see, instead of scrolling up and down, you can lay it out and see, make sure everything is where it needs to be in that digital media kit so it flows nicely. So again, thank you for watching. Make sure you're clicking the subscribe button. Watch out for our other videos. We're going to keep dropping these informational videos to let you know how to leverage your media presence, get your digital media kits together, and all these different things, because it's so important with the way the world is running today. We're running at a rapid pace. So it's time for you and everybody else to get yourself together, because it's coming. Your opportunities are coming. People are waiting. They're standing at the door just waiting on you to open the door. So once you do that, then you're going to be glad that you've put this together, and you're going to be able to breathe that all the time that you invested in putting together this media kit, it was well worth it. So take the time, put together your digital media kit, click the subscribe button before you leave, and stay tuned.